classes. So you are currently must be using either a Zoom account or a Google Meet for conducting the classes, right?
Yes, sir.
So now typically what happens is that you need to create those classes sessions manually one by one, or maybe your teachers might be creating that on a particular schedule. Now here and then it would be going to the next level where the students will join the session using those Zoom links, and that would be might be available on the website, or maybe some some application, or it might be sending into the WhatsApp group. And then entire recording, I am not sure if you're recording it or not, but if you're recording it, then it will be going on to the Zoom servers. And from there you might be downloading it, and if you are sharing it with the students, then you will be sharing it in some Google Drive somewhere and then giving them the access. So is that process happening?
Yes, sir. That is happening.
So recordings are being downloaded and uploaded in some
Yes, yes.
some drives,
Or
and
via
here
Google Drive.
via Google Drive, and all of the students will have access to the earlier recordings.
Yes.
Okay. Now this entire process is actually manual process. What this live classes platform does, it actually automates the entire process. So which means that if a student has been given access one time onto a particular class, the teacher can create sessions as per what she wants into this platform. She can pick up the easily available Zoom accounts. So let's say you have 20 Zoom accounts which you are using, the paid ones. She can actually pick up the one which is currently free, and she can block the time for that, and randomly that gets nurtured out over there. And if the some Zoom accounts are, you can actually have a better utilization of the Zoom accounts as well into it. So there'll be a parallel sessions you can conduct, and number of sessions depending on number of Zoom accounts you have. And it gets automatically created. The batches gets created, the sessions gets created, and each student and the parent and even the teacher will get an email in their a link, encrypted link in their email ID for the every session. So you can even create a weekly or a monthly sessions as well into that. The second thing is that the trainer, the teacher will get a host key by which they can only start the sessions, and so from a security perspective, and he or she can basically start the session, and then only the students will join. The entire session will have a complete control with the teacher. She can have the option of breakout rooms and things if she wants to have that option for the children, for them a group support on them. And you can use the once Zoom account for your group breakout rooms as well. Apart from that, Simran.
Just a minute, sir. I'm just having internet issue, so got disconnected from laptop.
Okay, no problem. Till that time, I'll explain. So the second option, the another thing is that all these sessions will get recorded into Amazon private cloud directly with a click with, and all the students will get the access of the recordings in their dashboard itself. So there is no requirement of a download and upload over there, and they will be able to see that entire sessions in their recording basis on the classes they have attended and basis on their access rights. The entire user accounts, entire recording stores in a private cloud, Amazon private cloud, not in any Zoom servers over there. So we use only Zoom APIs for that connectivity. But if you are using a Google Meet, then we can integrate. You are using Google Meet or Zoom?
We are using Google Meet.
Google Meet. Okay. So if Google Meet you have a paid accounts, you can even connect your Google Drive links. That Google Drive also can get in, directly stored data recorded over there, and those links can be provided into the course section of the student over there. So basically what happens is that your entire live classes of around 9 to 10 steps which are there, it gets automated by 89 to 90%. So you have only one step manual, which is basically to log in the host key and controlling the major class over there during the Zoom session. Rest everything is automated. That is the first feature of the platform. The second feature or the second platform is called as content curation platform, wherein you can actually, teacher can actually design the entire curriculum basis for objective and subjective assessments. They can create, run the entrance test examination. They can set up the online question library into it. So let's say if you have thousands of questions for a particular class and you want every student should get a randomized 20 questions out of it, they will get, each student will get a different question. And you can define each question with a different mark also. Different marks also you can define. And you can also define that, okay, if the student clears the level 1, then only they move to the level 2. Or you want to say that that particular time the course should be open, this exam should be opened up only available only at a particular time, that also is possible. So you can do a timely exam, you can have a timed exam as well, you can have a untimed exams also. You can issue the certificates from the platform. The teacher can grade the student basis on objective, and objective will happen automatic grading. But if it is a subjective one, teacher can manually grade them as well. And eventually entire class can be shown as a graded thing over there. If the teacher has given some homework or a classwork, it can be monitored, it can be done by the student within the platform itself, and teacher can monitor and review it as well. And parents can also log into that ID and check how their students are performing, so that, because they have a student dashboard over there, so they can see what's happening. There is something called discussion forum as well into it, wherein teacher or student can put up their questions on an offline manner, in terms of when they're not having the live classes, and teacher can answer that onto the same. It can be used as a parent teacher student discussion forum as well. You can and there will be it will be completely masked with numbers and email IDs and things. It will be only with the names, so it is complete platform on the same. This is what one thing which happens. An entire discussion can be sent to an email as an email digest, so that they can follow up the activities on that. So that is what the second platform. The third platform is basically a one-on-one mentoring option, wherein if the student wants a one-on-one connect with the teacher, they can have a one-on-one connect with the teacher separately, either on a paid basis or a free basis, depending on the school. You might be doing free, and then accordingly they can do that. You can also use this session for your virtual admissions. So parents who are coming in from outside and they want to inquire, they can just block a time with the counselor over there. The entire the counselor discussions will get recorded and will be available for a review for you to take it up from the next sales and marketing expertise, what you require. You can even convert them, then ask them to block, do the payment integration over there. So if they pay the fees through online, the student of the who has paid the fees will get direct access to these already predefined courses or the live classes you have set up. So there is no manual activity as such which will be required, and people will have a direct integrations over there. So that's about the three aspects of the platform. And I would like to take a pause here and would like to know what interested you, and if you have some upfront questions before we get into the real demo.
Okay. So for the time being, there is no question. You just carry on with the demo. We'll then later on ask questions.
Okay. I have one question from you. What in the entire three platforms, which one do you think is more suiting to you, your you currently, or which is kind of more you feel that could be helpful for your school?
The second one, I think so.
The courses wala, the
Yes.
assessments. Okay.
Assessment one, yes.
Okay, fine. So Simran,
Yes, sir.
yeah, could you go to the top 100 mentors club community? and I want to see the demo of the first that school stack. So just want to go through that demo first so that they understand the actual flow of it. Shreyas, how many students do you have in school right now?
We have 1,000.
Okay. Simran, go to about Brinkel Blended platform. Yeah, where have you added the last video of school stack? I'm sending you that video, Simran. Please click that.
Okay.
Just send. Yeah, I can't hear the sound. Yeah.
Hi there, welcome to the demo. Imagine you're running your school or college. You are looking at an online platform for training and content delivery. This platform is going to solve your needs. Now, what you're seeing here is a demo version of a platform. Your logo comes here. I'm going to talk about the student, teacher, as well as the super admin view of the platform. Let's get started. Now, first, let me sign in as a student. I'm just going to talk about the student view here. I might belong to a school or a college, and this is how my schedule looks like. As soon as I log in, I will have a dashboard to see, which talks about the session that is scheduled for today. Let's say at 11 p.m. today, I have a session now. When I'm trying to join the session now, it's going to say that your session is going to begin at a particular time, and at exactly 11 p.m. today, I will be able to attend the live class, interact with my peers as well as my teacher or a professor. Now, while the class is going on, all the session interactions are automatically recorded, and it's also made available to the learners as well. Right? Now, in addition to this, I also have a calendar view that gives a broad overview in terms of how my calendar is looking like, the month-wise, week-wise, or day-wise, right? So, like how you see in Google Calendar, the similar kind of view is going to be here. You as a student can also click on the join button here to join a particular session, right? But since it's not time for you to start a session, it's going to say come back at specified time, right? So, and every courseware, every live class also has a support ecosystem around it. I'm going to go to that my live class section. Let's say I'm talking about science ECE first year. I'm just going to go here. There is a join button. That's what I just joined from today's session. But in addition to this, every session will also have something like materials, which will have the list of reference materials or lecture notes that are shared by teacher. I can just click here to view the materials that are made available to me by my teacher or a professor. Right? I can also look at the videos that the teacher has also shared. Right? If I have an assignment that I need to do, I can always go ahead and click on the homework area or an assignment area where I can submit my assignment. Right? I've already submitted a file here, and as a student, this is how I get to see the file that I've just uploaded. And as a teacher, on my submission, and the teacher would have also given an annotated file or the corrected file. Basically, the teacher would have made some corrections to my submission, and the teacher can also submit it for me to see. Right? This is how I as a student gets to see the file that are submitted by the teacher. Right? So that's how the session level planning goes. Every session will have can have the list of instruction that is shared by the teacher. The instruction kind of goes here as notes. I just click on that. I know what are the notes that the teacher has given for that particular lecture for that particular day, and then reference material I can download for every day, and then if I have any assignments to submit, I can go ahead and submit. Now, if a class has happened, obviously the sessions are automatically recorded. I will also be able to catch up on the session, yesterday's session, by just clicking on view recording. You are seeing abandoned here because the session did not happen and it's a demo stack. But this abandoned button will not be there. You will see view recording instead of that. So when a learner clicks on that, when a student clicks on that, the student will be able to view the recording of yesterday's session just to catch up on that session that happened yesterday. Now, we spoke about today's session, we spoke about my calendar, and we also spoke about my live classes, which will have a subject-specific view. Now, let's talk about courses, right? The course is a place where a teacher puts all the learning resources, like how we are seeing here. And there are different ways in which these resources can be made available. It can be a simple video like you're seeing here, where the student just gets to see the recording of the class, or it can even be a recording that is uploaded by the teacher, or it can be a video from YouTube with interactive subtitles like how we are seeing here. I as a student can go to various sections of the video by just clicking on the appropriate subtitle. Right, so, or it can be an interactive video as how you're seeing here. Basically, let's imagine that you're watching a video. You're watching a video, and at a particular point in time, the video automatically passes. A question kind of pops up like this. The student has to answer in order to move forward. So it's all about providing these kind of learning experience, or it can at times be a decision point like how we are seeing here. Let's say you're discussing a case study with your students. There is no right or wrong answer, and based on the situation, the next videos kind of plays. Like say at a particular point in time, the video is going to stop, and the learner will be shown two options. The learner can pick option A or option B. If the learner picks option A, a particular kind of video will play, and the learner picks option B, a different set of video will play. Let's say I'm just picking option A, the next video that plays is going to be completely different, right? So it's kind of build your own story. We expose the learner to the decision points, and based on the option that the learner chooses, the next set of videos is going to play. It's called branching scenarios. And that's going to be really, really helpful when you want to give a case study kind of an approach and you want the learner to make decisions and understand the consequence of the decision. Now, let's talk about reference materials. Reference materials can be from Wikipedia, as you're seeing here, or for that matter, it can be like lecture notes like you have in PDF, like as in you're seeing here, or it can even be an interactive presentation with animations that are embedded, right? Let's say you're having lecture notes. You worked hard to prepare your lecture notes, and each of your presentation has some animation that is within the platform, within the PowerPoint presentation, and you want the learners to experience it the same way. So that's how we embed an interactive presentation with animations incorporated, right? So that is also something that is very much possible. Or for that matter, you want to give a learning resource from the public domain, like say for example PhET simulations, right? You want the learners to play around with these simulations like how we are seeing here. Let's say you're talking about center of gravity, right? And you want the learners to kind of experience the center of gravity through the balancing act, right? So you just kind of play around with the system that looks like this, and now all the learner has to do is just go ahead and by understanding the center of gravity. Right? This kind of interactive simulations are also very much possible to happen. Now let's talk about informal assessments. Informal assessments is going to be very helpful when you want to test waters in terms of making the learners to understand the concept. These are not graded. Typically, these are ungraded, but you're just having some assessment in place just to understand if the learners have understood the topic well, right? Now let's probably about paragraph answers. Students will be able to type paragraph answers like how we are seeing here and submit it for evaluation as well, right? And in fact, it is also possible. It is also possible to upload any attachments during submission and things like that, right? So that's all about informal assessments. Now we also have something called answer submissions. Let's say you give a scenario and probably there is an audio file for the learner to listen, like how you're seeing here. And the learner needs to complete a project and upload the project. And I'm done. The course ecosystem. Now you can also have timed exams conducted. So I'll just click on take. I go to the courseware and I'm ready to start my timed exam. Right. So exam here, the exam kind of begins, the timer kind of starts, and I go ahead and submit my answers as well. Right. So you can also control how many submissions is possible. It's a single submission, double submission, or unlimited submissions. Everything can be very easily controlled. For randomly attending few stuffs here, and I'm taking my test as we speak. Right, you can take physics test here, chemistry test here, mathematics here. The editor kind of supports rich text. It can support equations. It can support diagrams. It can support formulas, so on and so forth. Right, or it can even support physics notation for that matter. Right, so I just go ahead and submit. And in fact, you can ask. It need not be just MCQs, like I showed before. The learner can type paragraph answers here, the learner can upload answers here, anything can be done. So here, this is a sample representation of physics, chemistry, and mathematics. It can even be biology with a lot of diagrams and notations, so on and so forth. Right, so I just pick my option here. When I'm ready, I'm kind of clicking on end my exam. And when I'm done with my submission, I can also view the marks I obtained in real time in the progress tab. So the system automatically evaluates the submission in real time and gives my score. Since I randomly picked marks, I just got 4%, right? And for me to get a B, it's 40%. For me to get an A, it's 75%. And for me to get a full mark, I will hit the 100% on the chart. Right? Every course also comes with a discussion forum. The discussion forum is a little bit like a concept. You can post a question, your peers will answer it, and you can also answer it, and it gets supported. And the most voted answer goes to the talk, things like that. Right? You can also follow a thread to receive a daily update or digest that will help you to understand the discussions that happen in that particular thread. Wiki is a place for the learner to create their own notes. They can have their own notes prepared. Let's say I learn I talk about what I learned. I learned about refraction today. Learning notes. Platform, student-centric platform. It will give a lot of visibility in terms of the sessions for the day, the live class for the day, any courses that are assigned to the student gets to see here. Any live classes that the student is part of, the student can. And the student can also go ahead and upload the homework or assignments for each session, and so on and so forth. And exam is a place where actual exams happen. I think we just took that as well. So it's a very simplistic platform from an admin standpoint, from a teacher standpoint. Also, it's going to be very, very simple. Quickly, I'll just spend a minute to walk you through that. Now, let me just play the role of a teacher here. And as soon as I log in, I get the teacher credentials. There is a teacher mode that is enabled. If I enable the teacher mode, I'll have a list of live classes that I need to start and teach.
So I have already seen this all parts.
See something like an admin panel, but if you're a teacher, you will see an admin panel here. And I click there.
Yes, I said now
teacher's own
what
workspace.
you are
Teacher can
showing.
create their own courses.
Pause this.
For example, learning is fun. Suppose
Simran,
that I
please
created.
pause this. Yes, Shreyansh.
Yes, sir. Now from the teacher login view and everything, you had showed me, I think so. So I know about this. I've seen this in your video.
Okay.
You have sent the link to the ma'am also. So
Okay.
this all things I have seen. Now let's talk about means you have written that 30. Wait a second.
Okay. So you're talking about the payment part of it, right?
Yes, the payment part.
Okay. So see, Shreyansh, the way it works out is you are saying there are two costing modules over there. Okay.
Okay.
The one module is wherein you will be looking at, onto the entire platform like this with a complete live classes with a 20 Zoom accounts enabled into it, which goes into Amazon private cloud. Okay. Of your own. This will be entirely white labeled for you or for your school. Okay. That is the best version which we have onto this. That cost, that will be costing around 40 around $35 per annum per student. Okay.
Per student. Okay.
Per student per annum, $35.
Per annum.
Okay. Now, if you do not want that, if you do not want Zoom, you do not want private cloud, or you may have your own private cloud and accounts, we can integrate that into the platform with the entire this end-to-end platform. That will cost $15 per annum per student.
$15 per annum. Okay. Per school
student.
You said? Per student. Okay.
Per student. Right. Okay. Now the 30,000 which you are looking at, it is basically for the 30 students, small training, once training back. Typically every class has 30 students nowadays, right?
Yes.
So that if you calculate it from 30 students for one class and for 1 year, okay, it is coming to be 1,000 rupees non Zoom accounts, the normal support, normal kind of package. So that is why it is 30,000 rupees. So it is 1,000 rupees per annum per student basically. $15 is nothing but 1,000 rupees per student per annum.
Okay. Understood.
So that is how it is for the one class onto that. And typically, if you want the entire platform into a white label, if you go for the 1,000 students, then we will create an entire platform for you. You already have 1,000 students, so you can actually go directly for that as well.
Okay.
So let's say you are already using Google Meet and other recordings.
Yeah, we are already
probably
using
won't need
Google
that
Meet
right now. So you can start with that $15 or that 1,000 rupees one. And then eventually, if you want to scale up your, school to a blended model, because typically that is what most of our schools are now shifting, wherein they were looking at 1,000 students maybe in their school. But now because of the lockdown, many of the students will be preferring online, or they are anyways going online. But the parents complain that the engagement is not that great. I mean, my daughter is also going to an international school. I know that. So at least with this model, with this kind of a blended model, you can even have online participants as well, probably with a little lesser fees, and offline participant which we can take care of your school infrastructure cost, because not everybody would be comfortable online. but there could be some students who are comfortable online, so they can get a benefit out there. And your cost is limited to whatever is that 35. Same teacher, same staff is managing the number. You can increase the number of students. So if you have 1,000 students in your school, maybe you can have 4,000, 5,000, or maybe more in the virtual environment, and all of them studying together into it. So even if you charge 70% of the fees which you are charging physically, on an offline manner, it helps you to increase your business. And with many other efforts, if we can do in terms of promoting webinars, not everybody is very active like Seema ma'am, but so many of the principals, they need support in webinars, getting admissions, branding. So we support on that at a separate level on that.
Okay.
So that's the overall understanding which most of the schools and colleges now are taking it up. 80 plus schools who have taken this up earlier with us as a sample basis. Now they are expanding their business on a blended model now.
Okay, sir. Sir, I will just have a word with Seema ma'am and the management team and let you know that what is going to be done.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Thank you for the demo, sir.
My pleasure, Shreyans, and I hope I have been able to answer all your queries. And if you want a real demo, how does it work? I can give a little demo on that as well.
Okay, sir. I will let you know if something like that is then required by Seema ma'am. Then I will let you know.
Sure, sure. So what we can do is we can give a demo access in our platform, and you can try it out for a week or so, see it with one class, and
Okay.
then we see, then we take it up for the next set of things, because now exams are coming and anyways it
Yes.
will be there. So it is a very good tool from a examination point of view, and even assessments and homework which you are giving. So
Yes.
we can start with that. So depending on what level you are looking at, we can work on to that. So we can either start with one class first and then eventually take it to the entire school, or we can take it up for the entire school from there. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Okay. So when would you be able to come back to me, Shreyansh?
Just give me half an hour or 1 hour, and I will call you back.
Okay, sure. Thank you
Okay.
so much,
Yeah.
Shreyansh.
Thank you, sir. Bye.